What is going on, guys? Rewinds here, and in this video I'm going to be bringing you guys my predictions and expectations for Boruto Manga Chapter 74. So this month I am cutting it close with this video, since spoilers can drop pretty much any moment now. It could drop in a few hours from when this video gets uploaded, could drop in maybe a day. I think it would definitely be out in 2 days. So I will be covering those really soon, so definitely stay tuned for that, and hopefully we have a nice, eventful, and enjoyable chapter. But for Chapter 74, I'm expecting it to start off with Amado, Ida, and Damon arriving to the Hidden Leaf Village. So pretty much, I think that we're going to spend the first few panels with them arriving, maybe some comments from Ida and Damon about the village and whatnot and how it looks. I'm sure there'll be a few little panels like that. And then before we have anything to do with Team 7, I believe that Naruto and Sasuke, along with Shikamaru, are going to be meeting with Ida and Damon first, along with Amado. And I say that because Naruto's the Hokage, of course. Shikamaru has facilitated this whole deal thing. And Sasuke is the Shadow Hokage, so Sasuke is definitely going to be around too. And I don't know if he's really going to be saying much, but I do think he's going to at least take note of them. After that, I think we're going to see Team 7 actually meet Ida, and we're going to see some initial interactions between Boruto and Kawaki talking to Ida, so that'll be a big focus, I feel like, of the first half of the chapter. And I mean, remember guys, I could be completely wrong, and they could do something completely different. They could throw in a plot twist here, and next thing you know, we're starting the chapter out with some type of battle of some sort. Maybe Code's gonna interfere before they arrive to the village. You honestly never know what they're gonna do. They really surprise us, I would say, with what happens in these chapters every now and then. I think Kawaki and Ida, if we do get an interaction with them this chapter, aren't going to get along super well. And I think that's going to be something that makes Damon mad. And I feel like that's going to set up for a conflict between Damon and Kawaki. And I think that's mainly going to happen because if Kawaki isn't getting along super well with Ida, that's probably going to make her sad, because that's like one person she really wants to get close with. So that's kind of how I think that interaction will go. A crazy twist here that I was thinking may happen is Ida and Damon just show up to the village. They have a few little issues with, let's say, the term Shikamaru has going on. And next thing you know, there's some sort of plot twist that maybe they didn't turn on Code after all. Maybe that whole thing was just a showing for Amado to let his guard down and bring him to the village, and then maybe Code strikes. But then again, I don't know how I would feel about that because of how, Chapter 71 was written. But I think there have been, some pretty big plot twists throughout the whole Naruto franchise. So I do think that it's pretty possible that we see some sort of alliances being formed and broken as these upcoming chapters go before the time skip. So aside from that, if everything does go smooth, I think we're going to get to see the mission setting. A little more probably gets explained about the mission this chapter. Honestly, all in all, I'm not really expecting this chapter to be super crazy eventful, because I think it's just going to really focus on this room sharing mission and just some initial interactions. So this is probably going to be like one of those chapters where we have a bit more setup going on, and then this mission actually beginning, just so we can move the story along a little forward. And then I'm thinking that when the mission begins, Boruto is gonna have this mediator role between Kawaki and Ida, just like they suggested in Chapter 73. And as I was thinking about that, I was wondering what the plan is with Damon, because I would assume that he would just be there too with Ida, but I don't think he was mentioned in specific last time, but that might be because Shikamaru doesn't know much about Damon yet. But Damon might be along too here, which I think could lead to some interesting interactions and perhaps the conflicts, like I'm saying, between Kawaki and Damon, as I suggested earlier in the video. But aside from that, we're probably going to have Konohamaru and Sarada and Mitsuki watching from afar, just doing some surveillance stuff. And that might be their role in the mission up until a certain point where stuff might go south. Hopefully it doesn't turn out too bad. I don't want them to necessarily rush this, but it would be cool if there was some sort of twist that they actually end up doing where all of Team 7 has to get involved. Lastly, I'm thinking that maybe we're going to get a couple days to a couple weeks kind of time skip in this chapter, or maybe towards the beginning of next chapter, just maybe to give the anime some time to fill in some gaps about some interactions between Ida, Boruto, Damon, and Kawaki, and the rest of Team 7 if you involve them too. So I think that maybe we could see a little bit of a time skip there, just so we can skip towards something where maybe we actually have an actual incident happening. And if they do decide to go that route and they decide to pace things pretty quick, maybe we could even see an incident occurring at the end of the chapter. Maybe, let's say at page 30 of the chapter, we get a 1 week time skip of this mission going on. It's gone on for a week. These characters know each other a bit better. And as that's going on, maybe Code decides to attack then. Or maybe maybe we'll have something like Code won't attack the Hidden Leaf Village. Maybe Code will come up with some sort of plan where he strikes, let's say, one of the Hidden Leaf Village's ally villages instead, because maybe he knows that Boruto and Kawaki, or maybe Naruto, would be forced to go and aid that village. Honestly, I could sit here all day probably speculating a bunch of different ways that this manga could go, but these are just my initial thoughts on a few different directions that they could take it. Main takeaway though, this room sharing mission should begin. Hopefully they do pace it well, and I hope that all of Team 7 is fairly involved in the story rather than just Boruto and Kawaki. But let me know what you think in the comments below. If you do agree with some of these predictions, let me know. And what are your predictions for Chapter 74? Let me know in the comments. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe to my channel if you guys are new. Hope you guys have a good day or night whenever you guys are watching this video. I'm Rewinds, and I'm out.